Right, 6 October 2025, and today I'm so excited to be giving you the morning update. And I would like to start by saying we're going to be making some changes to our evening streams. So what we've realized is that I am being the last person that people talk to around 10, and then the first person that people see around 5. So it's a bit hectic for most people, and it's disturbing the sleeping patterns at home. So we're going to change the evening stream. Most likely we'll have to remove the evening stream and move it to day. So then we'll make it midday or somewhere during the day, so that at night people don't have this evening stream. So let's get started. And today I want to look at the very important events that are taking place in this particular period when Mnangagwa and Chiwenga are engaged in one of the most vicious public fights that we've ever seen. So what has happened is that a video has now emerged of Chiwenga and Mnangagwa, and after careful analysis, it has become clear that Chiwenga physically blocked Mnangagwa from moving away. So when Mnangagwa arrived from Malawi on Saturday, Chiwenga physically blocked Mnangagwa's path when he was trying to move away. So I want to show you that video. It has been published by the state press. Remember that no one is going to be near the aeroplane of Mnangagwa when he's moving, except people who are in the presidium or in the security detail of Mnangagwa or Chiwenga. So in the video that we are seeing, previously it was just pictures. We can see Chiwenga stepping into the path of Mnangagwa. So look very carefully at the feet. As Mnangagwa tries to move away, Chiwenga slightly steps forward, and Mnangagwa has to step aside and stop. And what is interesting is to see what the security guys are doing. So the security guys appear to be very cautious. They did not want to interfere. So all the security guys stood away. But there was someone who was filming, and that person who was filming was from the left. So you can see the guy filming from the left. And that is when Chiwenga reacted by pausing. So Chiwenga only reacted to the guy who was filming. So you can clearly see here what. So Chiwenga stopped talking. And then when Mnangagwa tried to move away, one of the security guys blocked. One guy was filming, and then Chiwenga went into the path of Mnangagwa. Mnangagwa then stopped, and the discussion continued. So according to what has been publicized today, this morning, Apostle Makore has given some of the indication of what was happening, which was to say that Mnangagwa had not told Chiwenga that he was coming back in a short space of time. So Mnangagwa was only gone for between 3 and 4 hours, and that is the time when Chiwenga was acting. And according to him in his video, he says Chiwenga was planning to do something during that day and did not have time. I don't know if that is true or not, but all I can say is that it's clear from the body language that Chiwenga is not backing down. So he's not afraid, and there is a confrontation. So there's a confrontation, and the two men are not talking together in private. So this, hence, Chiwenga has to come to the public place to talk to Mnangagwa. So it's clear. And then there's also the plan that happened, which is obviously, when you look at something from social media, it's not verified. But it is said that there was a meeting between Mnangagwa, Tagwire, and all the guys close to Mnangagwa that evening. So Saturday evening, they had a meeting which ended on Sunday, and where plans were finalized. The biggest problem we have right now is I don't believe that Mnangagwa is willing to act. I don't believe that Mnangagwa has acted decisively on this matter. Remember what I said, that if we go to Congress with Chiwenga as vice president, Mnangagwa would have made half a move. So I believe that Mnangagwa does not want to act decisively. So he is somehow hesitating or not sure what to do. For the first time, time is running out for Mnangagwa. And if this goes into the annual People's Conference, you are going to have a continuous fight. So my understanding is that both sides have hired buses. That is Geza on his side of Chiwenga, and a bunch of youths on the side of Mnangagwa have hired buses. So the fight between these two men is continuing, and both men are adamant. So both of them are adamant, with Chiwenga showing his force and power physically by blocking Mnangagwa. And the security guys, they are leaving it to the two men to resolve, which means this is not the first time these two have confronted each other. This is something going on between the two and between the security teams, that Mnangagwa and Chiwenga do confront each other. And sometimes they do so physically, like what happened in public on Saturday. And if you look at the security detail here, you can clearly see that some of the normal guys who are in the security details are not there. For example, I don't see Sean here. Starting on Saturday and Friday, Sean was not there. It would have been different if Sean was there, because then he would have given orders to these guys to avoid what happened, which is a public confrontation. And no one in the security detail wanted to interfere. They just stood on the side and watched. And I don't know what is the worst that could have happened. Probably a push would have happened here. But this is the biggest sign we've ever seen yet of Mnangagwa and Chiwenga confronting each other, with Mnangagwa not backing down. He just moved slightly. If you look at his legs, he just moved slightly off the line. But he had to stop because it was clear that Chiwenga had to make a point. He wanted to make a point, and he wanted to do it there. He didn't want to wait. So Chiwenga was extremely waiting to make that point, and he did make it. Whatever point it is that he wanted to make, he made it. Very interesting. Right, so 1 foot, that is how much Mnangagwa moved away from Chiwenga. 1 foot, just out of the carpet. He was almost pushed off the red carpet. Okay, so I think that is an observation and analysis. Go check it out yourself. That video is available on the Sunday Mail newspaper website, and very telling, and it's a sign of what is going to happen. The movement from Mnangagwa to Chiwenga is not going to be easy. It's going to be extremely difficult for the two men, because I don't believe that Mnangagwa has been decisive. We were expecting Mnangagwa to make a move. I don't think that move is coming. And that means we're going to see a final clash somewhere else. A public clash is going to happen between the two men. And I don't believe that either one of them feels that they can move against the other decisively. Okay, I think we've covered this second time in 2 days. Let's now go quickly to the news. I'm going to look at the H Metro newspaper. H Metro newspaper is leading with the story of the death of 3 children and a young lady called Josephine here. So Josephine Mtongi has mobilized a bunch of women to protest and go to a funeral. And I think they were stopped by police. They were protesting against the ritualists who are killing children. and they believe that there's 3 children who were killed or who died this week in a car were killed. But the police say this is not true. So she has been stopped, and in the Mve Promotion, they're leading with that story, and she has apologized. However, I saw in the video that she's saying, in our culture, it is allowed to gather women to go to a funeral. So you can go and check it out, and that is her face for the first time. She was not arrested, but police have said she wasn't supposed to collect money. But she says she's given that money to the family. Then we have got the interesting story of the Nigerian newsreader, Somi. It has now been revealed that she jumped when her house was raided by robbers. So that is how she died. She was not shot, but she jumped from the 3rd floor of a flat. And then we've got Baba Harare speaking on Talkie Vibes. Talkie Vibes had very few people. It is launched, and Baba Harare says, don't worry, Talkie Vibes. Inini ndakatombo imbira vanhu too. Muridzi webhawa na waiter. So Talkie Vibes is trending because there were very few people today at his yesterday at his launch. Very sad, but it happens. But Baba Harare, very interesting. He's got a new release. He has done so well. He had the most views on his videos. So Baba Harare has released some sort of YouTube album, and it's doing very, very well. And then let's look at South Africa. Popular church leader and prophet Paseka is losing his house. Absa is going to be repossessing his home. He's failing to pay 1.9 million, the bond for 1.9 million, which is about $500 a month. And the bank Absa is going to be repossessing his home. They are planning to repossess his home. And his home is worth about $100,000. So not a lot, but he's failing to pay $16,000 or about $700 a month. I think we've covered everything here. I don't want to cover a lot more today. I'll be back here around midday. Let's look at one more newspaper or two. So particularly in South Africa today, they've introduced a ban on the export of chrome without a license. So if you don't have a license, you can no longer export chrome. And that is from the ministry. Paxtow has made that announcement. If you go to Business Day, that is the story over there. Then we have, obviously, the new political party, or sort of like a coalition that has been put in place in South Africa, that is going to be contesting in next year's council elections. So that is something I mentioned yesterday. And then in terms of, let's see if there's anything else of interest in South Africa. Let's leave that and go to our people on Facebook. So I want to quickly look at our people on Facebook. So before I go there, just give me a second to look at CCMP Zivai Mhetu. So CCMP Zivai Mhetu has connected electricity at Mabvazuva school. So I was almost about to forget this. Very interesting. So he is one of the most hardest working MPs. So that is Zivai Mhetu. Check it out.
Lifted individuals, you have inspired the minds and hopes of future leaders. With electricity, we now have access to digital learning, technology, and improving security and communication at our school, Mabvazuva.
Okay, so I'm going to put the full video for you guys. What happens is that the students dug the trenches. It was a collaborative effort at the school at Mabvazuva to put up that electricity at Mabvazuva school. And then now let's look quickly at Facebook, our people. And I want to look at Nelson Chamisa. So Nelson Chamisa has responded to a lot of speculation that has been taking place. And he says here, do not listen to falsehoods. So do not, fellow citizens, ignore the sideshows, lies and falsehoods being circulated by opposition. Stay focused. I am fully aware of the huge responsibility and heavy burden upon my shoulders, and I will never let you down or fall short. Bear in mind that not all strategic decisions are shared openly or with the opposition team. Information is a strategic resource, never to be shared recklessly. As for you who believe in support, worry not, fear not, doubt not, and more importantly, be confused not. Be clear and of good cheer. You will soon appreciate the wisdom of my ways. Victory and success never come cheap. Every action I take, every decision I make is focused on achieving a great and glorious future for Zimbabwe. My hands are on the deck, my eyes on the vision and mission. The struggle continues. I remain steadfast, fully committed to the work that cannot pursue for idle distraction. That cannot pause for idle distractions. God bless you abundantly. God bless Zimbabwe. I bless Nande. Focus forever and always. So I think you can clearly see that Chamisa is not going to do anything. He's not going to launch anything. I can assure you here, I'm sitting here on the 6th of October. Last month, on the 6th of September, I said the same thing. Chamisa is not going to launch anything. You can quote me in a month. I'll be back again. Since December, he's been promising he's not going to launch. And let's not be taken for a ride. So the only game in town, Gambakwe 2028. Don't worry about all this. That is just talk. Then SADC has congratulated President Mutharika, and that is on SADC. And then Chidosa Nyatwe, she has produced a long message here. Let's see where Chidosa Nyatwe is. You can go to a page. She is campaigning vigorously, so you can go and check it out. She is going to be very interesting in the way that she's campaigning for her husband. So she's also an MP, and you can see here, I can't play the thing because it's got music and I don't have copyright to that music. So go check out Chidosa Nyatwe. And then in terms of other people, let's look at Madam Boss. I like her. Every day she publishes something interesting. And who is this guy? You will remain my best Toki vibes. So people are comforting Toki vibes. And Shirikadzi is back. Shirikadzi is back. What a beautiful baby. So that is Madam Boss. And then let's see if there's anything else of interest. Mini has not published. And Agrippa Masia Kurima has published some stuff here. He's got a fight with Temba Mliswa ongoing. I don't know what is that about between the two. However, what is going to happen today is that Temba Mliswa has prepared a video. So another video is coming that is exposing Chiwenga as usual. So Temba Mliswa is doing a lot, going after Chiwenga. So today we'll see what he's going to reveal about Chiwenga. And Temba Mliswa has got 2 more episodes. I believe that what he plans to do is to wait and see what Chiwenga does. And then he's going to come up with the bomb, the final bomb. And I don't know what that bomb is. I don't think there's anything more that you can reveal about Chiwenga that is not known. We were aware that Chiwenga has received cars from Tagwire. So I was personally aware. I've said it in the past. I did not know about the wedding. I know that in the past he has received a number of cars, maybe 2 or 3 cars from Tagwire. But I do not know about Wicknell. So I don't know what else he's going to reveal. So that is, I don't know. We're going to see when he publishes it. We'll be back here to update you. Okay, I think we've covered everything. Let's look at the comments. news Zakadakwa. Yes, Owen, news Zakadakwa. You are creating news by seeing pictures, no video. Mabvazuva is in Epworth North, if I'm not mistaken, or somewhere around there. That is where Mabvazuva is. That is where he's MP. So Zivai Mhetu is very active. Go online and look. Gambakwe, you are really confused very much. Last time he reported Mnangagwa against Chiwenga, alleged he's finished. Be very careful how you're reporting news. Don't show openly that you're ZANU agent. Otherwise, you lose your following. ZANU PF agent, Gambakwe. It's not possible. Remember, Gambakwe is going to be contesting in the 2028 elections. So there's no way Gambakwe is going to be an agent and then contest against ZANU. President Gambakwe, I don't know, Pastor, I knew your full name. And it's our department doesn't our department. Gambakwe, you need to verify your sources and validate news. Otherwise, continue to lose credibility. Yes, Nkoma said, I don't have any credibility. Look at people with credibility. ZBC, Zim Daily, what, no any credibility. Inini, I tell you things as I see them. So most of you didn't know that Mnangagwa was leaving on Saturday. I was the first person to tell you that Mnangagwa was leaving. So let me tell you something else new that is going to happen this week. So Mnangagwa on Thursday is going to be in Bulawayo. That is a landmark event. So that's a key event. Watch carefully what happens on Thursday in Bulawayo. You will see a lot happening on Thursday, and we're going to unpack it for you. Mnangagwa is going to be in public, and normally the public events are quite tricky in the situation we have now. Public events are very tricky, and let's look at Thursday. Entra in Bulawayo at the ZITF. Look at that as a key event that is going to take place, and slow down in your analysis, and also don't look at Gambakwe. Look at the key players. Gambakwe is not yet a key player. He's ZANU. I will obviously influence events going forward, because you can clearly see that there's no one who's focused on elections. And I can assure you that Chamisa is not going to be a key player in the 2028 elections. He might just as well stop. What he's doing now is just gimmicks. There is nothing that is coming. Go to Ostalo's page right now. Go to X and type Ostalo's Siziwa. Ostalo's is over there campaigning using a white shirt. So he's now, they are still using the white shirt. Give to Ostalo's Siziwa. Let's go there, and I'll show you what I mean. These guys are not launching anything. They're just wasting your time. Don't follow Chamisa Basa. I'm fed up with these guys. They are wasting our time, and people are struggling, and they are wasting people's time. Look what Ostalo's doing right now. He was in blue shirt, now he's in white shirt. Well, how did you move from blue shirt to white shirt? And what happened? Look at that. So that is yesterday, 11 hours ago, right? With the goats in it and Chibaya. These guys are doing nothing. What are you doing in Matabeleland South? And for what? So they have no plan. So Chamisa has got no plan, and his people have got no plan. We need a new thing, and we need to reject these childish games that they're playing. People are struggling, and the time for playing is over. We need a presidential candidate, and that is what we're giving you guys. Mukatera Zunis, Munofan and Zara, civil servants. These guys have got nothing for you. If you're a soldier, police, intelligence, if you're a teacher or a nurse, don't look at Chamisa and his games and these guys and say you'll get anything. Nothing is coming here. And if you vote them, we'll be back here laughing at you. In 2029, we'll laugh because they've got no plan. They've got no plan. And also, look at Chiwenga. Same. They've got no plan. They don't have a manifesto 3 years before the election. So 3 years before the election, they don't know what they're going to do. We just don't want to remove Mnangagwa. We want a plan. So there is a plan. $1,500 tax-free. 160 new towns, high-speed rail, and only 8 ministries. What does it mean? You are going to have a house which we are going to give to you as a government, and there will be modernization. So that is what we're looking at. What is their plan? Moving from one color to the other. We're fed up of this, and I don't listen to Chamisa seriously anymore. And we're going to be pushing back very hard against these jokes that they are giving us on a daily basis. All right, I think we're covered and very strong. We don't have any doubts about what needs to be done. Okay, I think we're covered here. Let's now go to the plan. I think I'll be back here midday or later. I'll see you guys, and we're watching closely Temba Mliswa and his revelations on Mnangagwa. Mnangagwa, as I said, has failed to decisively act, and the window is closing. So the window on acting is closing. If we get to Friday, then it will be a disaster for Mnangagwa, because anything that he does afterwards is no longer under his control. Okay. All right. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching. I'll see you a little bit later. And a good day to you all.
Lifted individuals, you have inspired the minds and hopes of future leaders. With electricity, we now have access to digital learning, technology, and improving security and communication at our school, Mabvazuva. This is not just electricity, but energy for progress.